Hey, what's up guys? It's Elia and back for another video. But some people will make the claim that you should just approach a woman by basically having balls and just going up to them and being like, hey, what's up, starting conversation, what's your name, where are you from, like, oh, that's great, what are you doing here, that's great, that's really nice, oh, maybe that might lead to another question, and then at that point you can kind of be like, oh, well, that's great. Anyway, so I'm on my way to do something, but I was wondering, like, I'll never see you again, so would I be able to get your number? And then you could basically either get their number or you don't. But here's the deal. Like, okay, yeah, you want to go for a chick who's giving you choosing signals, obviously. Like, she's looking at you, she's coming near you, she's smiling at you, whatever. There will be many instances though where she doesn't see you and maybe you're not getting choosing signals. So in that case, you want to maybe like kind of like feel out the situation, see if it makes sense to ask her a question, whatever. But here's the deal, like, and I kind of talk about this in my other videos, it's like you can try as hard as you can say the cleverest things, you can look really good. If the vibe isn't there, if the match isn't there, it's just not going to go anywhere. And I think that's probably why a lot of people just, and I think the word giving up is like a strong one, but they just kind of like, they just say fuck it. Because here's the deal, it's like if you basically like have a strong feeling, like, here's the deal with relationships, like, you can't predict. So I think it is good advice to approach women and be sociable, but you just kind of have to accept the fact that 90% of these interactions will lead to a no, and then that's kind of shitty. Like, it is what it is. At least you find out, and at least you know, because then you'll never see them again either way, right? And they'll never see you again either way. So you don't really have much to lose in that situation. But I think what I'm trying to say here is, like, don't beat yourself up too much, and don't approach too much either, because like there's something to be said when like there's flow and there's fluid and things are easy, and you see someone, you have a good convo, and then you get their number and it's easy, versus like you try hard, you try to approach, you try to get their number, and then you get rejected, and then it can really annoy you and shit. So, and the other thing is too, like, women love the validation, just straight up, bro. Like, they're not getting approached too much. They're getting approached for sure, in person and especially online. People hitting them up, liking their shit, commenting all the time and stuff. But when it comes to like someone who they think is worth it, like worth dating and shit, they don't really get too much of that. So here's the deal, like, when you approach a woman, they love the validation, they love the attention, but that doesn't mean they're going to give you a yes or no. You understand? Like, that definitely doesn't mean they're going to be down with going on a date and shit. So I think what I'm trying to say here is, like, yeah, you could shoot your shot, and like you have to do all the things necessary. Like, you have to take care of yourself, have a clean appearance, put on a clean t-shirt, don't smell, like, brush your teeth before you go out, get into fitness. Even if you're not that into it, at least like dip your toe into it, have cool clothes, fitted clothes, like, work out, just like build yourself, focus on your career and shit, take care of all that shit. And then like when you approach a woman, chances are will be like much better and shit. But it's still going to come down to whether she feels you or not, whether she likes your vibe, whether she likes what you're bringing to the table. And like there's a component of inevitability, I guess, or you kind of helplessness to the situation. I think what I'm trying to say is, because she's either gonna like your appearance or not, she's either gonna like your vibe or not, and most of the time she's not going to. Because like someone can like you. Yeah, I like a lot of people. I like how you look. I like what you're saying. I like, you know, liking is a very moderate term, but to say like I'm into or I'm turned on or I'm interested genuinely in a romantic relationship, that's a whole nother level of interest. And it's just, for most people, it's not going to be that situation. So yeah, approach people, but don't get so downhearted or dejected feeling when you get rejected, because most of the time you could probably guarantee you're gonna get rejected and shit. So I think approaching is like, it's so funny how nowadays we have the dating apps, because it's almost like that's your ticket in, that's your entrance in nowadays. Like meeting people at work. So many people work remotely from home, or they work in environments where there's no one they want to date there. So really shit's coming down to the dating apps. You got to have that shit on point. But what I was going to say is, yeah, you got to have your dating app good, take good pictures and whatever. Just be very banal, very boring, because if you're too over the top, maybe, I don't know, not banal, not boring, but you just be careful with your conversation initially, because like, don't say you like them, or don't say you look so pretty, or, I mean, you can if that's your style, but definitely don't say anything sexual. That will definitely ruin the situation, make them feel threatened in some way. But yeah, I think I just wanted to make this quick video. Like, approach, do what you got to do, but also understand, like, most individuals are only made for, you know, 1% of the population. So you're not going to be into everyone, and it's just going to be like a ton of rejections and shit. But I think it's also good just to like meet people. You don't have to necessarily approach women for like this interest. You don't have to approach them like trying to get something out of it. So like, you could just be like, hey, what's up? What are you getting? And then they'll be like, I'm getting some fucking cottage cheese. And then you could just be like, all right, that's cool. And then if they don't even ask you a single question back, then you know it's a waste of time for you and them. So yeah, just a little bit of dating advice, all right?